Hey basketball players, today I'm going to be talking to you about how you can shoot better if you are a younger player. And if you're a coach, this is definitely a video that you're going to watch as well, or want to watch as well. Okay, so this is not for the super young kids who still shoot granny shots. This is definitely not for 2-year-olds. This video is for the players who are currently trying to push the ball with 2 hands. The ones who are pushing the ball with 2 hands and shooting, which is very hard in my opinion. And I can understand why younger players want to shoot like that, because 2 arms is greater than 1 when it comes to power. And what we really want to do is to move our players from shooting from here into shooting from here. Now, this is a massive undertaking. This can take years, but there's a few strategies that I implement with my players to be able to help them be able to do this. So I explain to them that they have to jump. They have to jump with their shot. This is a massive thing that they need to do, and I explain this to them. They need to jump as high as they possibly can. Next, we need to move them from here into pushing still from their chest, and they can push from down here. The reason why we want to move them from here to here is because now they're still going to be able to get the same amount of power because they're using their legs and not their 2 arms. They're using 1 arm and 2 legs to get their power to get that ball to the rim. So this is the easiest thing to be able to do, and then we need to build from there, which is the hard part. So if they're 6, 7, maybe 8 years old, they're probably shooting from here. We need to get them to shoot from here and push up. Get their elbow underneath that ball, have them tuck that elbow in and have them push. At the same time, having them jump using their legs. Now, the reason why we are trying to push them into this kind of a shot, even though a lot of trainers will say, oh, you don't want to shoot from your hip, is because now it makes it easier to be able to move them up here. So once they've shot from the hip for maybe 2-3 months, you can start moving them into a higher shot. So from this stance and pushing, they'll probably start pushing like this. From that stance, we can actually start explaining to them to shoot from here and to push up through their body up high and to try to release high after 2 or 3 months of shooting from their hip. Sometimes it's earlier because maybe that player wants to improve more and they're playing more. The other way that you can improve a shot too, to get them stronger, is by doing simple push-ups, sit-ups, planks, squats, and just jumping. Literally just telling them to go skipping or whatever. These are the exercises that are safe at the 6 and 7-year-old range because it's their own body weight. Obviously, if they're doing push-ups, you need to teach them to have a straight body and all that stuff. I'm not going to get into that here, but from there, we can now have them and instruct them to still shoot from their hip and now release higher. Next is going to be having them to flick their wrist, have them stand in one spot, literally with their arm the way you would like them to have their arm, and just have them flick the ball into the air, literally just like this. And have them try to play a game. Have them try to get that ball rotate as much as you can. And then you can keep on building. The next step is going to be having them bring the ball from here and have them bring the same rotation that we would have from here, but instead, no elbow movement at all, and bring them up to here. And we can keep on building. And now we can teach them to go from here to here. We've already taught them from here to here. So now we just have them put it together. This whole progression could take up to a year to 2 years even. However, if you've got a player who wants to play, who loves the sport, and you're not just teaching them skills, but you're teaching them games and how to love basketball, you're going to get yourself a player who is extremely good but loves the sport. And it's so much easier to teach a player who loves the sport versus somebody who doesn't, because you're just teaching them skills and skills only. And believe me, if you're stuck in math class doing math equations all day, you're going to hate math. But if you get sent out to a park and to say, go and take pictures with your iPad of a right angle. Well, I'm going to tell you right now, that's going to be a lot of fun trying to find a right angle than it is trying to do the math on what a 90-degree right angle really is. So, teaching them the fun stuff, but also teaching them the skills as well. Have fun with everything. I hope that you've enjoyed today's video. If you have, hit that like button and subscribe, and I'll see you guys again next time.